you. Welcome to the 15-minute hot seat MTR coaching hot seat call, or you can ask three questions in 15 minutes or less, or three or less questions, depending on what you have. But I always like to ask, is it Patricia?
Yes.
Patricia, where did you and I connect? Where's the connection point? How did you book this
YouTube.
call?
On YouTube.
YouTube. Awesome. Are you
Yeah, yeah,
finding the
yeah.
information there helpful or what?
Yes, I was on the line with Furnish Finder and they were trying to do the identity thing and it wasn't working. So she's gonna send me the link on my phone. So yeah, so I'm getting into the real estate space.
Good
In
for
the
you.
midst, I'm buying a two bedroom, two bath on each side duplex by I
Congratulations.
think it's called Fort Worth over by Tyler Perry's old Fort, I guess. That's how.
Is that Old Fort Worth? Are
Yeah.
you in Atlanta?
Yes.
Oh, good
Yes.
for you. That's a great area. Are you
Yeah.
based out
Yeah.
of there? Or?
Yes. I am. Yeah. I'm in Hapeville, Georgia. So
Oh, that's amazing. Well,
yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. So I want
So,
to do that, and then I want to rent one of the rooms in my townhome. So I'm trying to do this additional income. So I was thinking about what you were saying about the insurance space. So that's
yeah.
what I wanted to know. How do I get into it? How do I get
Yep.
on the list? Yeah. Real simple.
Excellent. So just give me just for some context, duplex, are you living on one side and renting out the other, or is it completely, now you're gonna have two units available? And if so, what's the unit mix? How many bedrooms for each unit?
Yeah, so each unit has two bedrooms, two baths, a full kitchen, full living room, washer dryer, and yeah. So it'd be
Oh,
a
that's a good.
total of 8 rooms, four on each side. I don't know. Yeah. Two bedrooms,
Oh,
two
so I'm
bathrooms.
sorry. So two bedrooms, two bath on in one unit. Is that
Yes.
right?
And then,
So that's
yes.
it's eight in total, really combined, but four
Mm-hmm.
separately. Wow,
Yes.
good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great property. So,
Yeah.
is this a recent purchase, or you're just
Yes.
about to close, or?
Just about to close in about a week. Yeah.
Wow, that's super exciting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
rule of thumb. So you're asking how to get started. So, is your intention to, just because I always like to set the expectation, is your intention to furnish both sides?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, great. So in your great condition there. What I would do if I was even without even having closed yet, what I always do is I always like to speed the market, right? So one of the largest relocation agencies. Have you heard of ALE Solutions?
I heard of it, but you kind of talked about it. So I need to actually how do you spell that? Because I was looking for it again on the YouTube and I couldn't find it. Is it ALES?
Yeah,
Okay. All
ALE
right. Uh-huh.
Solutions.com. ALE,
Okay.
ALE. So A as an apple, L as in lettuce, E as in echo, and then solutions.com. All one
Okay.
word. All
Okay.
right. And I'll drop it into the chat so you have it as well for reference.
Okay.
But so you would want to do that as like starter. And the reason I say that is because these companies, all right, this is one of many companies, are looking in their databases first. Not always, but most often. And the
Mm-hmm.
other thing I would do as soon as you close is I would go to Zillow Rental Manager. Okay,
Yeah.
Zillow Rental Manager, and even before you get the furniture up, I would just say that these properties are available to rent. And what I would do is I would set a price that's a little bit above market rent. The reason I would do that is I don't want to target, Joe Schmo next door. Because then you're gonna get flooded with inquiries. If you want to position yourself to get corporate deals, you want to filter out your traditional market rent prices. So I'm not sure if you know in that area what things typically can rent for in that area. I don't know if it's 2,000, nineteen
About
hundred,
20,
whatever that
about
might be.
2000. I was going to do 22 per room.
Okay, you're doing a
Within
room thing. Okay,
Yeah, per room. Yeah. So I was going to do
okay,
22 per room. And then include utilities.
okay. So there's a few ways to go about this, right? Because there's a way where you can kind of go tiptoe your way in and
Yeah.
kind of, if you're gonna tiptoe your way and you're saying, "Hey, Ruben, I'm closing next week. I want to start furnishing these bad boys right away, and then I
Mm-hmm.
want to start making money right now." If the
Yes.
right now strategy is different going to be than the long term strategy. The only reason I say that, Patricia, is because you might not just get a contract like this as soon as you close.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I would want to do is position yourself to be able to get a contract. I'll put it this way. There's two alternative strategies when you have a furnished accommodation. If you do rent by the room, or then you're going to cater to someone who might want to stay for 3 months, right? Or maybe right, and now you're in that midterm rental. Well, what happens is if an insurance company comes and reaches out, they typically want something like in the next week, this at the end of this month, or
Mm.
even right now, right? Which means that you'd
Oh.
be 100% occupied, right? But that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But what I wouldn't do is basically lock people in for like 12 months or so, because now you're going to long term rental and then you don't give yourself a chance, because if someone reaches out, you'll say, hey, I'm not occupied at the moment. So what I advise, or what I typically would do, depending on what your goals are, is set it up so that you have short term stays, so that you when that large contract comes, then you can
Mm-hmm.
actually be in a position to accept it. So that's going to have to be based on what your current strategy is. Do I want to, make income in the interim? So typically that income for us is Airbnb, short-term rentals. And
Mm-hmm.
then I don't overextend myself past a month, because I want to
Mm-hmm.
be in a position where I can be able to accept a 3 month contract or 4 month contract. And it's hard to do that when you overextend yourself and you accept people for too long, because then you're just not available, right? So I'll
Mm-hmm.
pause there for a second to see if you have any additional questions based on what I said, because that would be the I guess it depends on how quickly you want to hit the ground running and start making money, right?
Yeah, quickly. So I tell you,
Exactly. if
this is
if
like
it's
my
quickly,
exit
I would.
strategy.
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
it's quickly, then I would say the way we've done it quickly is going the Airbnb route.
Okay.
And but when you go the Airbnb route, do not make yourself available for the next 3 months, or make yourself available max 3 months, but not. I would go in Georgia,
Uh-huh.
30 days, 30 days available. Outside of that, you're basically not gonna give yourself a shot to be able to accept insurance contract.
Okay. 30 days available. So go in,
Mhm.
set it up, go under alistsolutions.com, Zillow Rental Manager, just set it up, like just put in like.
Yeah, well, so basically, when you put in your property on alisolutions.com, you're entering your property into the database, and that lets them know that you know who they are, you know how they work. So then, when they do have a request in your area, you're raising your hand and saying, "Hey, I'm in your database. I am here to serve you." Okay, so that's number
Okay.
one. So there's no action required after that. If you wanted to be, aggressive, you could reach out to a rep there and like let them know, "Hey, I'm in your database. Please let me know. Keep me top of mind when." But that's kind of going above and beyond. If you, for the interest of speed to market, put your address into their database. Do not worry about the price. Set a premium price. You can put even $4,000 a month, $6,000 a month for each unit. It doesn't matter, because when they reach out, they're gonna ask you what your rate is anyway. That's why it doesn't matter. People get hung up on that. They're like, "Oh, Ruben, you told me to fill it out, but I'm a little bit confused because I don't know what rate I should put." Don't even worry about it. Put any rate. It doesn't matter. They're gonna ask you, right? Then the
Okay.
next step is go to Zillow Rental Manager, put a market rate that's above market rent, or at least what you would love to get, like premium rate, so that you're not dealing with Joe Schmo next door who wants to stay there for the next 6 months or 12-month lease. We don't want that. That's going to
Mhm.
just block out your ability to optimize. So you want to set your property a rate. Zillow Rental Manager, Furnished Finder, same thing, because the reason why we're going for these short-term stays is because people are willing to pay a premium, right?
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
what I would do.
Okay. So Furnish Finder, I was just on the phone with them. So I'm getting
Nice.
set up with them now.
Amazing.
So yeah, this is good. Um, yeah, so you
There's
gave
a
me.
there's there's a lot there, but I would say when I think of like going very quickly, I think that's what I would do first.
Okay.
CRS, temporary housing, is another one you want to put. I mean, another rule of thumb that I would do is, I don't know if you're playing around with AI, but like even if you use like a Chat GPT, it's like a new form of Google. Just type in what are some other companies like ALE Solutions locally
Okay.
that you can provide. Provide me a list, because that will give you just a laundry list where your goal would just be that let me enter those properties into the database so that they know who I am, and I know it lets them know that I know who they are and I'm willing to do business with them. Right? That's the best form of doing business, letting them know that, hey, by the way, I'm open for corporate housing because essentially that's the business that you're in, and it's going to pay you a premium and be less headache.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You said you made what, 8,000 in for 6 months, 48,000. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, we've gone 8,000, 9,600. I mean, a lot. It's a beautiful thing, and it's corporate, right? So they pay on
Yeah,
time. They it's less turnovers.
yeah.
But let the record show that when I don't have that or in transition, I am open on Airbnb for business. What you can do on Airbnb, right? If this is your first time working at Airbnb, is set a minimum. Set a minimum of like, if you're trying to get more volume, then don't set your minimum too low because then you're going to get less traffic. It's like a faucet. It's like if you want a lot of volume, set a minimum of day one day stay, 2 day stays. If you want to optimize for longer stays, what I would do is typically people they'll say, "Hey, do a 30-day stay," but you're missing out a potential 7-day stay. You're missing out on a potential
Mhm.
10-day stay, which is still great. So what I would do is I would start out with 7 days, right? Because there's people who are willing to stay for 7 days. There's
Okay.
people who are willing to stay for 2 weeks, and
Mhm.
you'll capture all that traffic, but at the same time you won't be at the mercy of having, like a high turnover. If Airbnb doesn't really turn you on, then now you're kind of in that sweet spot where you're just dangerous enough to get a good decent amount of mid-term rental traffic and a good rate. And then anytime someone stays for 7 days, your price right, that's a good chunk of change coming your way and less turnover, right?
Yeah, I was thinking too, and if I did one side, say if I did Airbnb on one side of it, and then if, or when the insurance company
Love
calls, I have that other side to say, hey, I
love
have
that.
this available now, right? So I can,
Love that. Love that
yeah,
strategy. And as a
yeah.
matter of fact, the reason why it's so powerful for you to actually you're actually in a really good situation right now because if you have two models that look the same, I would split test them. So what does that mean? Okay, well, it means two listings. You should.
Hmm.
By the way, that's still another topic. We only have 1 minute to have someone on
Okay,
another call after. But
okay.
really quickly, you can split test your market because this is new. So you could do one listing is 7 days, one listing is 2 days. If the one with 2 days, people are coming in hot, you might be like, huh, maybe I'm gonna double down this Airbnb thing for the time being on this
Hmm.
one side. But
Hmm.
then you still have a reference point on the other side. And then you start seeing the other side picks up and you're getting 7 day increase, 14 days increase. Then the marketplace now is giving you some good data points. So you're in a perfect position to actually do just what you said. Use it as a split test. And marketing split test means that one side you do one thing, on one side you do the other, and then you look at it together and see, what do we have here? And let the marketplace tell you what's going on. So absolutely, I would duplicate my listings on all platforms. Your Zillow
Okay,
unit A, Zillow Unit B, and
okay,
then the exact same thing on the other one.
okay, perfect. So how do I get to work with you, or what? Can you email me since you have another call? I'd love to
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
continue
I do.
and whatever I need to do to get, I want to get it,
Absolutely.
I want to do it right. And so
Yes,
I know this
yes.
was a quick
So
call, but I want to digest. It takes me a minute to sink in, but I know it's a
sure,
quick call. So can you email me and tell me what I can do as far as getting your coaching and getting started? Because I know
absolutely.
those are great money. This is like my exit strategy out of corporate. That
Oh, I
and
love that.
this townhome I
It is
have. Yeah.
so powerful. Absolutely. I will send you the info. There's different tiers depending on how you learn. If you want a done with you approach or, 101, I do offer one to many as well. So I'll send you that information. I'll send you a recap of what we discussed as well. It'd be a pleasure because we have a really neat community and mastermind here in Georgia where we even share leads as they come in amongst ourselves. So
Oh,
it
okay.
would be a pleasure if it's
And
a
I
good
love to be
fit.
a part of the group. Yeah, yeah, because you guys are
Absolutely.
making money, and I want to get there.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it that you're on this call and I love that you hopped on. And it's such a pleasure to meet you, Patricia. I will send out email recap within 24 hours. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Okay, Ruben. Thank you.
I'll let you conquer the rest of your day, okay? Sending
Okay.
abundance your way. This is a exciting time
Blessings.
for you. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Talk
Bye
super soon.
bye. Okay.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.